Hello and welcome back to Off the Post. In today's episode, I'll be discussing how Mohammed Kudus scored the first goal for Spurs to win the game, okay? But before that, as always, please like, comment and subscribe. It's very much appreciated and it goes a long way in helping me build a small community on my channel. We've recently just hit 239 subscribers and I just want to say a massive thank you for all you guys showing support my most recent videos, all the likes on the comments on social media as well. It definitely is going unnoticed, and yeah, let's get straight into the episode, shall we? Kicking off with the game, right, Leeds were actually probably started off the better team, if you think about it. And the 7th minute, okay, Joe Rodon could have scored, couldn't he, against his former team in Tottenham Hotspur. To be honest, right, that nice little delivery into the box to Joe Rodon, if his header went on target and actually didn't hit the post, he almost scored, okay? Yes, I suppose technically he is on target, but he did hit the post. So it was so close for him scoring a goal of the first goal of the game. And that would absolutely change the game for Leeds United because they did start the game the better of the two sides. However, very quickly on the game, the momentum changed, if you like, for Tottenham. And they scored the first goal in the 23rd minute, I'm pretty sure, through Mathys Tel, okay? Nice little assist from Mohammed Kudus, sort of just playing a lovely through ball into Mathys Tel's path. He runs, takes 2 or 3 touches, has a little shot outside the box, and it sort of deflects off one of the Leeds centre backs, or maybe the left back maybe, and it just goes straight past Darlow in goal for Leeds United. For me, Mathys Tel, it was an amazing goal. Even though it was a deflected goal, it still was brilliant from him. It was good to see that, he could sort of shut up some of his haters, if you like. He's got a lot of abuse this season and last season as well for not really playing as good as he probably could have been, at least anyways. But, he came into a side where it was a bit doom and gloom last season under Ange Postecoglou. We didn't know whether, what team was going to be out there week in, week out. He came into a side which would finish like 16th, 17th. Hopefully now you can sort of separate last season into this season, sort of give him like a new lease of life, if you like. Sort of, give him a little bit of breathing space to sort of learn and develop under Thomas Frank now, under an amazing coach that we've seen for many years with Brentford. Hopefully he can become that player that, Tottenham fans were all expecting, because he came with a lot of expectations from Bayern Munich. Obviously, he's been touted as a next wonderkid for France. However, for me, the big problem with Mathys Tel is, what position is he? Is he a left winger? Is he a striker? For me, I think he's more of a winger than a striker. I don't know if he's got the physicality to be a main sole striker by himself in that 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 formation, because he just doesn't look strong enough. Don't get me wrong, he can play off the shoulder of the defenders, he can run in behind, he can hold the ball here and there, but probably not as much as a Dominic Solanke. It's a tricky one. I feel like if he played him on that left-hand side when, Dominic Solanke is fit, or whenever he's back, or maybe for Richarlison as a striker instead, maybe you might see the better, more attacking abilities from Tottenham Hotspur in this game, because what you can say about his performance, right, it wasn't complete, was it? The attacking display wasn't there at all, and that goes to show, and that's backed up from the stats, okay, because Leeds dominated the shooting stats. They had 16 shots in total, 4 on target, 57% possession as well for Leeds United, so they definitely dominated the ball, they definitely dominated the shots, they definitely, created the more opportunities to score goals. However, they were just not clinical today, were they? So for me, from that point of view, it just goes to show that I feel like both teams are sort of lacking that clinical striker in front of goals. For me, Dominic Calvert-Lewin a few weeks ago when they played Wolverhampton Wanderers looked absolutely amazing, but for whatever reason now, against Tottenham, he just couldn't finish his chances, could he? So for me, maybe it goes to show his level in the Premier League. Maybe he can only, come up against those like relegation battling teams, to those mid-table teams, and when he's facing like, a top 4 challenge in Tottenham Hotspur, it might be a little bit more difficult. Don't get me wrong, most strikers will find it difficult to play against Mickey van der Ven and Christian Romero on their day, okay, because those two centre-backs have a great partnership, don't they? So for me, it is a tricky one. But if we move over now to Leeds United's equaliser, we could have seen a nice little Darren Bent inflatable ball situation a few years ago for Sunderland versus Liverpool back in the day. Obviously, him shooting, I think he scored a goal against Pepe Reina back in the day, I'm pretty sure, and then hit off like an inflatable ball or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, Noah Okafor, okay, his goal, basically what happened was, the ball got sort of delivered into Noah Okafor's path, right? And if he shot the ball right, a few seconds later, he would have hit the inflatable ball and probably he could have potentially missed that goal, okay? Honestly, don't get me wrong, an amazing goal by Noah Okafor, and he has been probably one of Leeds' best attacking players this season so far, scoring a few games ago as well, I'm pretty sure, in that Wolverhampton game. So from that point of view, he has been impressive, and it was a little bit lucky that he did score because that inflatable ball could have been absolutely dangerous. Okay, but yeah, at 1-1, you're probably thinking to yourself, Leeds do have a good chance of drawing the game or potentially going on to score a winner, especially when they was dominating the possession stats, especially when they were creating more chances. But again, they just couldn't. They couldn't finish. They got their dinner, could they? There was a chance in the early in the second half where Dominic Calvert-Lewin got the ball from Noah Okafor, okay, nice little through ball into the box. He takes 1 or 2 touches, okay, and he just couldn't he couldn't put it past Vicario and goal, could he? So it was a little bit annoying because it was basically straight out Vicario, wasn't it? Unfortunately enough for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Again, when you think about Calvert-Lewin, I do like him, but I just feel like this is probably his level of being a being at a team that are fighting relegation now, aren't they? For me, even though Leeds lost this game, it did feel like very even for the majority of the game, and it did look at one point where Tottenham could have potentially lost. However, Mohammed Kudus was a star man in this game. Obviously, got the assist from Mathys Tel's goal, and he got the winning goal as well, didn't he? He got his first goal for Tottenham Hotspur. And if you think about Mohammed Kudus, everything has gone for him in the first 7 games this season, hasn't it? Honestly, he probably has been one of their star players. And for me, I really do feel like he's going to take on that mantle from, Harry Kane, from Human Son, from James Maddison, who's injured. I really do feel like, a lot of teams will probably be doubling up on him to sort of, get him out of the game, sort of keep him quiet, if you like, to sort of, put the main focus on the other Tottenham attackers. And we've seen it in the last game week and the week before that. Mohammed Kudus hasn't really been involved in the games recently, but it's just so good that he's finally got his first goal of the season. And for me, I feel like this is really, I do really feel like this is where he's going to kick on and become Tottenham's main goal threat this season, okay? With the likes of Dominic Solanke, with Mathys Tel, with other players in there as well. For me, I do really like this Tottenham Hotspur side because they're very resolute in defence, they're very solid, they're very, they're building a very resolute, solid defence, and they're sort of hard to break down. So even though they're not playing well, they're sort of winning when they're playing bad, if you like. And from that point of view, I do really like it because Thomas Frank has sort of shut up shop, if you like, and sort of taken that expansive attacking player like Ange Postecoglou sort of had last season, if you like, in certain games, and sort of said to himself, let's make us more defensively sound for now, and then let's work on our attacking abilities further on in the game weeks and in the coming months, if you like, as well. I feel like it's a bit difficult when you've got players injured. You don't really have your full squad available to you, do you? So we won't know how Tottenham will be at the end of the season. Will they be challenging for top 4? I reckon they could go and challenge for top 4 pretty comfortably. When you look at some other sides in there as well, you've definitely got the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, definitely, Man City, Chelsea. I feel like it's a battle between Chelsea and Tottenham to get that top 4 position over the line. For me, Chelsea just beating Liverpool recently as well, 2-1. Esteval scoring that late minute goal, absolutely amazing scenes there from the 18-year-old Brazilian wonder kid. For me, I really do like Chelsea, so I just don't know whether, Tottenham have a better defence than Chelsea at the moment, because I really do want to say that, Chelsea's centre-backs and goalkeeper situation just isn't the one, and that's where I'll probably back Tottenham over Chelsea to get top 4 this season. So, yeah, for me, let's end the video with some questions, okay? How would you feel about Tottenham in this game? How would you feel about Mathys Tel? Can he be a striker, or is he more of a left winger? How would you feel about Mohammed Kudus being your signing of the summer? Is he your main goal threat? Are teams starting to double up on him to sort of, get him out of the games, to sort of keep him quiet, if you like? And yeah, where do you feel like Tottenham will finish at the end of the season? Can they get top 4? Do you reckon Leeds United can stay in the Premier League? Are they a little bit unlucky to sort of not to get a point out this game, not to get a win out this game. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, is he a good enough striker? Is he clinical enough to, get Leeds United the goals to stay up in the Premier League? Or do they need somebody else in January, possibly? Has Noah Okafor been your best player this season? And yeah, before that, as always, please like, comment and subscribe. It's very much appreciated, and it goes a long way in helping me build a small community on my channel, okay? We've recently just hit 239 subscribers, and if we can go and achieve 250, I'd be absolutely over the moon. I set that target, I want to say, about a month or two ago now, I'm pretty sure, and I'd be absolutely buzzing if we can do that sometime soon. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.